Is that going to win the MVP next year? Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about why we believe that Dak has a great chance to win the MVP next year.
So last season with with the worst ranked defense in the NFL, a historically bad Cowboys defense, like the worst ever in their history.
Really?
I'm pretty sure Dak Prescott was still able to put up over 4,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, and he did it with an average offensive line, and he also had 5 games without CeeDee Lamb. And we actually did the math, you know us.
Yeah.
And Dak actually averaged 100 more passing yards with CeeDee Lamb playing. So if CeeDee Lamb was healthy for the whole entire season, Dak would have actually had over 5,000 passing yards and over 34 passing touchdowns, which is like kind of insane.
Even though the Cowboys defense was really bad, I feel like if he still had those stats, he still would have been near the conversation of MVP. Obviously, he wouldn't have won it because the Cowboys were just really terrible last year. But he still would have been near the conversation because obviously having 5,000 passing yards and 34 touchdowns, that's something just unnatural to have, like Mahomes had, Drew Brees has had multiple times. All right, bro, do not start with this Mahomes, please. And Drew Brees had a lot of that earlier in his career, so he would have been in great company. 2023, when his defense was actually competent, he finished second in MVP voting.
He should have been first, actually. You know, screw Lamar.
Wow. I mean, who knows? But like, if Dallas had a good defense this past season, Dak probably would have been closer to the MVP conversation than he actually was.
As we know, like the MVP goes to the best quarterback really on the best team, or normally just a really good team. And in 2023, the Cowboys were really good. They had, I don't know, maybe 13 wins, I think. And
12.
I think maybe 12 wins. And the loss to Miami on Christmas Eve was the one that switched to go to Lamar's favor. But they made huge upgrades on the defense. And last year they won 7 games with what I said, the worst ranked defense in the entire league. They gave up over 30 points per game.
And they made shite. That felt horrible, mate.
It's pretty
bad, mate.
And they made major upgrades this past offseason. Of course, hiring Christian Parker as defensive coordinator. The former Eagles secondary coach. They also added Rashawn Gary, D. Winters, both through trades, which will be huge for their edge rusher as well as their linebacker position, because their linebacker position was pretty horrible outside of Marvin Overshown. They added Jalen Thompson, which will be a huge upgrade on their secondary, because Jalen Thompson was really good with Arizona, but that Arizona defense was pretty bad, so he kind of got overshadowed. And he'll be an instant starter at safety alongside Caleb Downs, who they added, of course. They got Kobe Durant, the corner from the Rams, PJ Locke, another rotational safety from Denver, Malachi Lawrence also in the first round, and one of my favorite draft picks, Jayshon Barham out of Michigan, who will probably play linebacker, rotational linebacker. And with all these additions, I think the defense will be much upgraded. The offense stayed the same, and the offense was the best in the league last year, so you don't really need to make changes there.
If the defense can just improve like a little bit, then they can possibly get their win total to 10 or more wins, and that would put Dak in MVP conversation, because like Thomas said before, that usually the MVP goes to a quarterback who had a good season with a lot of wins. Like in 2023, Lamar ended up winning MVP because they were the best team in the league. Obviously, they didn't win the Super Bowl last year, but record-wise, they were the best. So that...
I was going to say, even last season, right? You look at, like, it goes to the best quarterback, maybe not the best team, but a really good team, right? Like, the Rams weren't the 1 seed. It was Seattle who was the 1 seed, but they weren't going to give it to Sam Darnold. The Patriots were not the 1 seed. They were the 2 seed, but it was the 2 best performing quarterbacks on 2 of the best teams. So it's like, if the Cowboys can just get maybe 10 plus wins, 11 plus wins, then he will be in that conversation, because if they are getting that win total, a big part of it will be because of him.
Dak overall, I think, is like a top 8 quarterback, somewhere
top
around
6. You don't think so?
It's somewhere around that.
Who do you have over?
So it's Mahomes, Lamar, Stafford, Josh Allen, Burrow, Herbert.
Herbert?
I don't know, Herbert or Dak. I don't know. One of them. You better not. fucking laptop right there. If they can just improve their win total to 10 or more wins, then Dak, if he has a season like he would have had last year with CeeDee Lamb, then he probably will win the MVP, especially having the offense with CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Jake Ferguson, who I know you don't really like that much, but he's not horrible. He's not bad.
Kind of average.
Yeah. Javonte Williams, who had a breakout season last year, and an offensive line who can hopefully
You're just gonna skip over Ryan Flournoy, best wide receiver 3 in the league.
Crap. No, Ryan Flournoy is not that good.
What?
He's good, but you're
Devontae Turpin,
Okay,
Michael Trigg, Brevin Spanford.
I do like Michael Trigg though. Michael Trigg is an underrated tight end. I like him a lot.
You got Tyler Smith, one of the best guards in the NFL. Cooper Beebe, a solid center. Right guard Tyler Booker last year. Right tackle Terrence Steele, probably the worst right tackle in the league, but it's okay. And left tackle Tyler Guyton, who will hopefully improve. But
No, yeah, but like
every position there is really, really solid. And of course, you have your elite players with Dak, CeeDee, Pickens, and Javonte Williams played. You can argue that he played at an elite level last year. Yeah, I think this team is really exciting, especially if the defense can just be average. If they can just be average, this team will have 12 to 13 wins, I think. You don't think so?
Okay, but like, it's not like Dak hasn't been in these conversations before. Like, he was in the conversation in 2023, and even earlier on in his career, he would be in conversations of winning the MVP. So if Dak can just get a good defense and then perform on a level like he did last season, maybe even a little bit better with CeeDee Lamb staying healthy all season, then we just think that Dak is a real shot at winning MVP, especially because Schottenheimer, we think, is like a pretty good play caller.
I mean, he's been in that system forever. Brian Schottenheimer was offensive coordinator before. And, I mean, I want to say Schottenheimer was the offensive coordinator in 2023 when he was second MVP voting. I could be wrong, but I think the year before it was Kellen Moore, 2022, and then Kellen Moore left, and I think it was Schottenheimer. I could be wrong, but
yeah. But so since he's really comfortable with these offensive play calls, I think a second year with George Pickens, a year with a fully healthy CeeDee Lamb, a year with a really good Javonte Williams, and an upgraded defense with a good defensive coordinator, or hopefully good defensive coordinator, and a lot of key additions on the defense. I think the Cowboys could get 10 or more wins, and Dak could have a real chance of winning the MVP. So don't be surprised when that happens. Well, thank you guys for tuning into this video. And when Dak wins the MVP next year, you know where you heard it first. So see you guys with our next video.